All of a sudden, like 6 months later, it's in the trailer.
As the great Bob Ross once said, we don't make mistakes, just happy accidents.
Cut, I've hurt myself. God, stop, quickly, get the medic.
Over the course of filming a movie, there will be multiple bloopers and outtakes that never see the light of day. But every once in a while, a blooper is so good that the filmmakers decide to actually keep it in the final movie. Whether it's a forgotten line, a real injury, or just some genuine laughter from the cast, these are the times a blooper was too good to cut from a movie.
I can't believe that just happened. I was like, what? You just smashed the real guitar.
Star-Lord is a savior of the galaxy, but that doesn't mean he's perfect. During the scene when he presents the orb that contains the Power Stone to the Collector, he fumbles the object, awkwardly dropping it and quickly picking it back up. This may seem like it was written for the character, but it was actually a blooper by Chris Pratt. It was completely by accident, but the ever-professional Pratt stayed in character. Director James Gunn loved it and kept it in the film. Draco Malfoy is known for his propensity to insult anyone around him, including his friends. It turns out Malfoy actor Tom Felton fully embodied the role, as he added some insults of his own. In the Chamber of Secrets, when Harry and Ron are undercover as Crabbe and Goyle, Malfoy notices Goyle is wearing glasses, and asks why he's wearing them. To which Goyle replies,
reading.
Tom Felton forgot his next line, so he improvised, channeling his inner Malfoy.
Reading? I didn't know you could read.
You may remember the scene from the Princess Diaries when Mia slips and takes a hard fall while walking on the bleachers. This was a complete accident, as Anne Hathaway actually fell. It had rained the day before, so the bleachers were still slippery. Hathaway explained that director Gary Marshall kept it in the movie, because it was a charming moment.
If it was good, it was in the movie. He didn't care where it came from, he didn't care what happened.
Who knew a coat rack would be worthy of wielding Thor's hammer? Apparently, Chris Hemsworth, who hung the hammer on the rack as a gag. It was an improvised moment that Chris did as a joke, but the filmmakers actually kept it in the movie. We have to wonder if that coat rack now possesses the power of Thor.
If he be worthy, he shall possess the power of Thor.
Have you ever noticed that Tony Stark is always snacking? Whether it's pizza, donuts, or a classic cheeseburger, Iron Man always seems to have food in his hands. The reason for this is because Robert Downey Jr. was actually snacking constantly while on set. He did it so much that the filmmakers just decided to write it into his character. In one scene from the Avengers, Downey goes off script and offers Mark Ruffalo some blueberries, which you can see catches him by surprise.
Come on, here, you can have a piece.
Thank you.
Sometimes, the best take of a scene is the one where the reaction is real. When Aragorn kicks a helmet in a scene from The Two Towers, actor Viggo Mortensen's visceral reaction is genuine, as he broke 2 toes during the scene. They filmed multiple takes of this scene, but it was on the 5th and final take in which the accident happened. Director Peter Jackson was impressed with how the actor pushed through with the scene. I mean, he stayed in the character of Aragorn. He was letting that pain feed and drive his performance, which is pretty amazing. Dwayne Johnson has proved himself as an all-around talent, an action star, a comedian, and a master of improv. In a scene from the Fast and Furious 6, Dwayne Johnson's character walks into a backyard barbecue, and Tyrese Gibson's character, Roman Pierce, jokingly says,
Hey Mia, you better hide your baby or...
Johnson replies,
Better hide that big ass forehead. I was just joking.
This moment was improvised and completely caught Ludacris off guard. He does a spit take as he couldn't hold back his laughter, and they kept it in the movie because of how funny it was.
I was just joking. Whatever.
Ben Stiller plays the not-too-bright model Derek in Zoolander. He embraced the character, especially in one scene when Stiller forgot his line. After David Duchovny's character explains to Zoolander why male models are brainwashed, Zoolander asks again,
But why male models?
It's perfectly in character for Zoolander, but his co-stars weren't expecting the blunder, and their confusion can be seen in the movie.
You serious? I just told you that a moment ago.
Add Clumsy to the long list of Donald Glover's attributes. In a scene from The Martian, Glover's neurotic character rushes away from his desk, and in the process, slips and falls. Glover actually fell, and his co-star's reaction is one of genuine worry.
Are you alright?
It's fine.
Glover didn't let the slip-up rattle him though, as he continued with the scene. he stated that director Ridley Scott loved it and didn't need to do another take of the scene. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is one of the most well-crafted movie series ever put to screen, but even it got some assistance from Mother Nature and some lucky timing. When Éowyn stares off into the distance, a flag flies off its pole. It's a beautiful moment that has been seen as an intentional metaphor included by director Peter Jackson, but it was actually an accident. It was worked into the scene though, and you could see actress Miranda Otto react to the unexpected moment. Can you imagine destroying a $40,000 piece of history? Kurt Russell can. During the filming of The Hateful Eight, there's a scene where Russell's character takes a guitar and smashes it. They were using a 19th century Martin guitar on loan from the Martin Guitar Museum for Jennifer Jason Leigh's character to play. They were supposed to cut before Russell smashed it and swap it out with an ordinary guitar, but Russell didn't get the message and obliterated the guitar.
So then I found out later that that guitar was the real Gibson, I guess.
Jason Leigh's reaction is genuine, as she reacts with horror at the sight of the historic guitar being destroyed. Leigh says Russell felt terrible because he had no idea that he was destroying such a valuable guitar.
Music time's over.
Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker is legendary. He brought the character to life and gave him a unique feel unlike any Joker before him. One example of Ledger's mastery of the character came during the scene when he is in jail and Gordon is promoted to commissioner. When the police start clapping to congratulate Gordon, the Joker also starts clapping along with them. The moment wasn't in the script and was all Ledger. You can see the other actors' surprise at the gesture, and they decided to keep it in because it perfectly reflected who the Joker is.
I thought my jokes were bad.
Robin Williams' masterful improv skills turned a blooper into a memorable moment in Mrs. Doubtfire. Williams had to wear a face mask of icing for the scene, but the heat from the set lights started to melt it, and chunks of it dripped off his face. Instead of cutting and reapplying the icing, they let Robin continue with the scene, as he went with the flow and ad-libbed his lines to make it a comedic moment. And it works wonderfully.
As you can see, I can't stay with you, dear. I'm melting like a snow cone in Phoenix.
Jay Baruchel was forced to face his fears on the set of Knocked Up. In the intro scene of the movie, Jay and his 3 friends can be seen riding roller coasters at a theme park. Baruchel's terror is real, as he has a serious fear of coasters. He was so scared, he offered to get naked during the movie instead. But director Judd Apatow finally convinced him to ride, and you can see the fear and regret in Jay's reactions. Luckily, he only had to ride it once.
I started having like a major freak out.
The infamous waxing scene from The 40-Year-Old Virgin is one of the most iconic scenes in comedy movies. A big reason for this is Steve Carell's reaction to getting his chest waxed for real, as his ridiculous cries of pain were all genuine. The laughter and reactions from his co-stars are all real too, as they couldn't help but laugh at the bizarre scene. The actress waxing him lied during her audition, saying she had done waxings before, when in reality, she didn't know what she was doing. Carell actually said the actress's real name, which can be heard in the film.
Oh, Mika, you should burn in hell!
We'd be willing to bet he won't ever be doing that again.
It was my idea too, so I only have myself to blame.
We loved seeing these genuine moments make it into the final cuts of the movie. For an industry that is extremely meticulous about every aspect of creating a film, it's fun to see a real, unscripted moment make it to the big screen. Sometimes you just need to embrace your mistakes. Which blooper was your favorite?